What's up, YouTube? Back up in this Bugatti with another video. So I'm gonna go ahead and start this video off by showing you guys my bodybuilding.com order just came in, so I just want to show you guys what I got real quick. As you guys already know, I've been messing with these Extend BCAAs. This is my favorite flavor, by the way, the grape. Best tasting BCAA product I've ever had. Not affiliated with them at all. Just want to show some love because they are delicious and they are my favorite so far. Went ahead and got the 90 servings of the grape because I know it's delicious. Went ahead and got a 30 servings of the kiwi strawberry just to try something new. And I've officially switched my post-workout whey protein. I got the ISO whey just to cut out all the carbs. Since my carbs are getting quite low, I need to go ahead and start cutting the carbs out of my protein shake. So that's why I switched to the ISO whey. So anyways, as you guys should already know, if you follow me on Instagram, we went ahead and went shopping today so we can make this spaghetti squash meal video. So all it is, guys, is spaghetti squash is you're literally just taking spaghetti how you would normally make it and you're just replacing the noodles with squash. And it is just as good in my opinion. And if you're dieting, it's going to be I don't know, not a break from dieting, but it's like, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a cheat meal or anything because it fits your macros, it's perfect, and it's just a better alternative if you're trying to diet down. You know, if you're dieting or if you're cutting, getting ready for a show, this meal can be a staple in your diet. It's an awesome meal. I would probably say it's one of my go-to meals for, you know, dinner time. So anyway, so we got our squashes. I'm gonna probably cook this one. So I'm gonna show you guys what you need. I'm gonna line it up on the counter for you guys so you know exactly what you need for the meal. So just hang tight. Alright guys, so I got everything laid out that we need and I'm gonna go ahead and show it to you now. Alright, so what we have here is we have a pasta sauce, tomato sauce. No matter what brand you like, you can just choose whatever one you got. Went ahead and got this one for no particular reason, just, you know, Hunt's tomato sauce. You need a spaghetti squash. You can get these, you know, at Walmart, dollar store, wherever you live. More than likely they're gonna have a squash, and it should say spaghetti squash. Ours does, at least. It says spaghetti squash on the label. And then you don't need two of these, depending on how much meat you want or how many fats you have. You can go ahead and go with the 93 lean, 7 fat, or you can go with the 99% free, fat free. I'm gonna go ahead and go with this one just because in my opinion it tastes better, just to have I guess the fats in your meat. So we're gonna go ahead and go with the 93.7. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this one back. I just wanted to show you guys that you can use this, or you could use chicken if you wanted it, but we're gonna go ahead and go with the ground turkey. So I'm gonna go ahead and start chopping up the spaghetti squash, which is gonna be the first step. So get your knife, your cutting board, and let's get to it. Alright guys, so before you start chopping anything up, go ahead and set your oven to bake. And we're gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to 375. Alright guys, so we got our spaghetti squash here. All we're gonna do is you wanna get your best knife that you have. Big knife, big and sharp, because this thing is kinda hard to cut into. So what I like to do is I like to stab straight down the middle. I'll just tap the knife in like this. I'll stab in, go down like that, and then I'll cut down the one side. I told you it's pretty hard. Just like that, and then you'll just go with the other side and do the same thing. So let me go ahead and do this. Alright, so now that we have our halves of our spaghetti squash, we're going to go ahead and we're going to have to scoop all of these cobwebs, what I like to call them, all the seeds and stuff out. So you don't want to dig too deep when you're scraping it, so you want to come over to the trash can, just makes it easier. And then you're just going to scrape all the little cobwebs out. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got both of the halves scraped out. There's no seeds, most of the cobwebbing looking stuff is all gone. So now that it's all half, we have our baking sheet here. We're going to go ahead and spray the baking sheet with whatever spray you want, or you can just put some olive oil or something on it. We're using the Pam purely olive oil. And also with this, since you're placing these upside down, you're going to want to spray the halves just a little bit, like so. So then your seasoning is going to stick, because when these go into here, you're going to flip them upside down. So you want your seasoning to stick. So we're going to go ahead and start seasoning these up real quick. We got some pink Himalayan salt. This is all preference, by the way, guys. You can put whatever you want on it. Some salt. Got some pepper here. And then we got my friend Jordan Ramirez is seasoning the perfect pizza blend. Real good stuff. Go ahead and throw that on here as well. And voila. As you can see, our oven is ready to go, 375. All seasoned up. Go ahead and place these down like so. Make sure that you're placing them down like this, guys. It's going to help soften up the squash. And just open up the oven and put them in. Alright, and so we're going to go ahead and put it on kitchen timer. This should take about 35 to 40 minutes, you would say, depending on the size of your squash. So we're going to go ahead and put it on 35. Alright guys, so the spaghetti squash is all done. It's done. Charlie, go. It's done. It's 35 minutes in the oven. So now we're going to check and see if it's done. So let me grab this out real quick. Smells good. Alright, so all we're going to do, knife that.
Do it with a fork.
Alright guys, so to see if it's done, what you want to do is you're going to grab a knife and just see if you can cut it all the way through, nice and easy. As you can see, it's a lot easier than it was me trying to cut it in half. So that means it's done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab one of these. What you're going to need is either something to hold, not either, but you're going to need something to hold the spaghetti squash in place while you shred it up. So I'm going to use tongs. Go ahead and grab this, bring it over here, and as you can see, it's like a darker color, almost looks like it's wet inside. So that's how you know how it's done. Make sure the knife goes all the way through. So this is the hard part. You're gonna go ahead and grab the spaghetti squash from one end, and make sure you have a big strong fork. This is a all metal fork. Don't use one with like a plastic handle because it might break. And you're just gonna dig in and you're gonna scrape it. You see how it's separating from the skin and it almost looks like noodles? That's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna do it all the way until it's all gone. Well, until it's all separated. Alright guys, so this is what the final product looks like. We got our spaghetti squash all finished up, all in the bowl here. And now you can go ahead, and we've thrown our ground turkey on the pan, starting to cook. And we're going to go ahead and throw our tomato sauce in the pan right now and warm it up. And the reason that you want to cook, well, the reason that I'm doing this, since I am dieting, I want to be able to measure a serving size of this out. So don't mix it in with your squash or your meat until you're ready to actually eat it. You want to be able to weigh it out. So just warm it up in the pan by itself. Alright guys, so I wanted to show you guys real quick just to compare kind of like why you would do spaghetti squash. So this right here is a serving of rice, or this is 38 grams of carbs worth of rice right here. And this right here is 300 grams of spaghetti squash, and this is only 20 grams of carbs. So when we're talking about volumizing our meals to make us feel fuller when we're eating our foods, this is the kind of stuff you want to do. And this is also lower carbs than this. So like we said, we have our plate here, and I'm going to go ahead and throw on some meat, and I'm going to show you guys the macros of what this meal is going to end with the sauce, the meat, and also this cheese. If you guys haven't went to Walmart, which is where I got this, or whatever store you shop at, I highly recommend you guys go get some fat-free cheese. It tastes awesome, and the macro anyway. So the macros, we have 9 grams of protein, 2 grams of carbs, and 0 grams of fat. So if you put 2 servings of this on, you know, if you have 2 plates, it's going to be 18 grams of protein that you're going to be able to add to your meal. So pretty good stuff, guys. So just stand by, and I'm going to grab a plate. I'm going to show you guys the macros. Alright, so guys, we have 300 grams of our spaghetti squash, 6 ounces of our 93.7 ground turkey, a serving and a half of our tomato sauce and 1 serving of our cheddar cheese, fat-free. And the macros are coming out to 33 grams of carbs, 12 grams of fat, and 50 grams of protein for this meal. So great meal if you guys want to eat this, you know, for dinner, lunch, whatever. It's an awesome meal. Huge meal, by the way. I mean, look at all this food. You know, compared to that, this is definitely going to fill me up way more than, in my opinion, in my experience, this fills me up way more than just a serving of rice. So great meal. Hope you guys try this meal. And I just want to do a moment of silence for my hair, the mop head, because this is going to be the last video that it's going to make an appearance. It's about time to cut it. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys like the meal. So give it a try, and I'll be back next week or in the next 150 to 200 views. All right.
Now I ain't never been no gangster, but I know niggas from the dark side. It's